Okay, welcome to the Comic Otaku, your daily comic book slash manga review, show. And on today's first episode, I'm going to be reviewing Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt. Anyway, hey, on the bullet points I've wrote down, um, is that the book has basically the book is about two mobile suit pilots, one for the Federation or one for Zeon, for those who are diehards, and two sides of a big war for those newbies who don't know what I'm talking about. Well, anyway, the Mobile Suit Gundam franchise has been known for its giant robots and mech battles and political intrigue and all that mess. So basically, if you want to get into reading Gundam mangas and don't want to go for Origin, go for Thunderbolt. It's cheaper and it's a lot easier to get into. Okay, here's the points that why you should read. Mech and character designs are awesome, which obviously I looked through it like a million times. The character drawings, the way the characters are drawn, they look so realistic. Heck, for manga, it almost looks like American comics and stuff. And the robots, man, they are so awesome. Man, I kept looking at him and I thought, whoa, how did this guy drew this? Did he use manga? Did he use 3D models to help him fix the art? If he did, he's really good. And it's pretty awesome that they drew a lot of mobile suits and everything. Anyway, this book's got the best robots and stuff like that. Anyway, next bullet point. The idea of the two protagonists are the best. I even depicting the Gundam Ply are the best because depicting the Gundam pilot as a sociopathic is a nice touch so to separate from the classic 70s series. And the pilot being a Zeon soldier is actually just a guy trying to survive in a hellish warscape. It's also a nice touch for the series because it's just pretty impressive. They chose this concept because of it is, to me, is actually a nice touch by the manga creator to create this pretty cool fight. And I like the idea they're actually slowly building up to the big fight, between the Gundam pilot and between the Zeon pilot, who's a WFT, which is a pretty cool idea. Because we are learning that they're actually experimenting on people in order to create a mobile suit that can actually move very fast and almost like a person's operating it, like it's like a part of themselves. That's pretty interesting. And the panel layouts, man, they are so good. The battles are very, very well drawn in this book. They're so action packed and high octane that it's hard to breathe sometimes, but they're so cool. And the darks and the shadowing, man. I mean, it's like every panel has a purpose. And the music element is actually another thing. It actually separates this book from all the Gundam series is that it focuses on the music to depict on the personalities of the two pilots and the plot, which is actually a cool idea to make the music part of the plot. I give that a thumbs up. Anyway, it's like I said, it's a perfect launch point for the Gundam series for a newbie. Like for instance, if you're a new guy, don't know anything about Gundam, this is a perfect book for you. I mean, if you want to read Gundam, this is the perfect starting point, jumping on point, man, because it's got a good, and it actually explains everything and all that mess in a few pages. I mean, seriously, it gives you the origin of the story in the beginning, and it just shows you all the elements you needed to know about it in the origin. Actually, maybe not, but it's pretty impressive. Maybe it's in the back. If not, well, even if you don't know much about Gundam, it's still a good read. I mean, it's so interesting. And I think the story, I think characters do talk about what happened, and that might be what I'm talking about. Now, however, there is one drawback to the book. Only drawback is it feels like it's set in an alternate timeline from the original EUC timeline, which causes a confusion for me and some big-time Gundam fans. But besides that, you newbies should have no problem with it. It's pretty good, but I just didn't like how the books actually, focused on a different aspect. I like the old timeline better. But the problem is, with this newer timeline they put into the book, it makes kind of confusion in the technology of. But I like the gun cannons and stuff, and the Gundam itself. In the first volume, well, actually, GMs. I think the gun cannons and the GM cannons happen in the second volume. So I'll review the second volume later on, maybe a few episodes down the road. But anyway, the book is pretty good. It's got high octane action. It's got good storytelling. Heck, it's better than SJW Marvel. So if you're looking for a pretty decent book to read, I'll try Gundam Mobile Suit Gundam for a try. And the story and art is by Yasho Otagaki. And I'm sorry if I butchered the name, but then again, I got autism and sometimes I get chaos as a speech impediment. Okay, maybe not a speech impediment, but I don't know. Maybe I have problems with speech. Anyway, well then again, I did have a speech impediment. When I was younger, I'd probably do this being tongue-tied literally. Anyway, well, see you guys later and peace out, my fellow Comic Otakus. This is JD Dishman, the Comic Otaku, sign out.